You know, I've done stupider things in my life. So again, if Collective Fool is at home and watching this or listening to this, come on down to the station. We have something for you. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to skip to the other parts, and then when they show up, we'll just move them to the front of the line. Do you? Could you give him a call? Oh.
Tom Lewandowski?
Tom Lewandowski?
Oh, Jason Bilbrey.
Bilbrey. Oh, yeah. Are they here? Occupation Fool, are they here? No? Okay. Yeah.
Occupation Fool, they were clairvoyant. They knew they were Collective Fool, sorry.
I see that French guy out there, but... And let's see. Oh, crap. What? Oh, just ease up. All right, well, I guess the way I'm going to have to go about this here is I am going to introduce the people on staff here, the executive staff, and bring them up a little bit at a time. And they can award the trophies to the fictional team that isn't here because I didn't call them. And they're sitting there going, God, I bet he feels awkward. You don't know. I really don't. Okay, so I'm going to bring up here. Did you get a hold of him? Did you get a hold of him? No. Anybody else? Did anybody else call these guys?
I'll see if I can call.
Is that for John?
We don't use the phone. Go to God's that. I'm trying to find my message. I got a fax.
I have a Morse code machine. Alec McWilliams and Steve Nelson, come on up here. They're on exec staff. Alec is our music director and resident spastic leg guy.
That's correct.
And Steve is our IT director at the radio station.
Hello.
And they're going to announce the team in 10th place who aren't here because I didn't call them.
Oh, I get it.
No, because I made a mistake.
Oh.
And being a teacher, you should start learning to admit that a lot.
Awesome.
Anyway, so are they here? All right. Hang on. Just stay right there. Stay. Okay. Good. Did I do a good job of stalling? Thank you. All right. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
In 10th place with 15,985 points is...
I can't read. Collective Fool.
Come on in, guys. We may or may not have spoiled that a little bit.
Wow.
Oh, I'm being blocked.
Wow. We didn't expect this because we all went home and packed up and thought, wow, we must have missed it by about 5 points or something.
What's 5 points?
Wow. This is probably the strangest finish for us ever. We're very happy to be here. I wish the rest of my team could be here. We drove as fast as we could under the speed limit to get here. But no, we had fun. We nailed the last question, which really probably got us here anyway. Chris actually got it for us. He picked up the book that had it in. Physical, physical media. Sometimes people forget about that kind of stuff. But I really just want to say thanks to all my team members. I want to say thanks to the Idea Center. The Idea Center was our new HQ this year, and they gave us a fabulous spot to play from. Thanks to really just, to us, this is all about being friends and hanging out and have a good time. We had a great time, and I'm just happy to be here. And out of breath.
And Jason said everything. I mean, it's all about, you win as a team, you lose as a team, we're all in it together. So, and it's just great to be here. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, sir.
And next, what are you? Oh my God. And I'm weird. Nobody asked you. Hey, look, it's Guy Lombardo. B. Okay. Our underwriting director and our sports director, Tate Clark, and Alex Stroh. Clark. You guys can fight over that.
All right. We can do it together.
Are we
We're
doing
going to
this
need
up?
some standings. Ninth place.
I'll say in ninth place.
All right.
And then you'll say.
I need to read the team name first.
There we go.
All right. Oh, it's Laura's favorite.
All right, here we go. In ninth place with 1,695 points
Going for
is
16,000, actually.
16,095 points.
This one's fun, so I'm going to say it fun. Whoops! I'm a canker! Hey, remember, no swear words on the air, okay?
We'll see.
Congrats.
Good job.
Congratulations. Congrats. There's the mic, there's the trophy. Congratulations. Of course. Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Love the outfit. Congrats. Congratulations. Big team, holy Lord. Congrats.
Hey, how you doing?
Stand over here.
Pretty good.
Hey, Wayne, that mic works.
It does? Okay, good. The great thing about trivia, the two of you guys are a great duet. Thank you for working so much. The key behind a duet is the team behind it. And the majority of us here on our team have worked through these halls, these airwaves at 90 FM. I'm blessed to still be a part of this station on the air, and it means a lot to me and a lot to the people that are still here. And the staff here, I know you may not notice, I pay attention, and it's fun every year to see the students come in and grow and make the station what it is. And we just want to say thank you. I don't shine shoes no more. Oh, I'm done.
Okay.
Cheat, wreck, drink! Cheat, wreck, drink! Cheat, wreck, drink! Cheat, wreck, drink!
God is a tool.
The bird show!
That wasn't unfair. That's just goober.
Next up, guy that came into this station and really started blowing the walls off the place with the way that he related to other students and got an amazing number of people involved in this station, and has turned on a lot of people to 90 FM when they were starting to move away and fall away from the station. Our production director, Stephen, wait, a fellow Italian, perhaps Kilgaro, as you Americans say, or Kilgaro, as Italians might say. Okay, Stephen, come on in, man. Oh, let's see. I think we're right here, and you're going to do number 8.
All right. In 8th place with 16,350 points is Freshly Squeezed. All right. Captain, there we go. All right. Here you are.
All right, it's awesome to be back here. Thank you. First, I don't have words, but thank you for everything that you do, Jim. This is awesome. And thanks to John and the staff at the station and everything. We don't live in Point. We have one team member who lives in Point, so we all come from all over the place to come back here. I'm going to give a shout out to Holiday Inn, who's a great place. They great accommodations for us last several years. And we have a lot of people on the team that help out to do a lot of great stuff. And we've got some great new players this year, Tim and his family and Kit. And am I forgetting anybody new this year? And they helped out a lot too. It was a really great, fun year. You want to say anything else? Okay, that's it. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Congratulations. And congratulations to you guys. I'm sure you're pretty excited about that. Next up, I would like to introduce our news director, who has really done a lot, and we were talking about her activities and interests for next year, and perhaps I think pretty much she's going to be back. What are you pulling? You don't have hair on your chin. Oh, if you had it, you would pull it? Okay, well, that's good. Laura Bomber. And really, we just call her Bomber. Hello, Bomber. And you're going for number 7.
All righty. All right, in 7th place with 16,665 points is Ugly Undulating Uvulas. My brain is so dead right now.
Oh, are you tired?
Yes. Yes, I'm tired. There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Oz and Eck. Great contest as always. We had a lot of fun with this one. You know, we couldn't crack that top 5. there were some great teams, and I don't understand the team that kept changing names, but it was interesting to see what was going to come up next.
Yeah,
and
it had
next,
something
next.
to do over
I
the
loved
weekend.
it. Yeah. But no, I want to thank the Peters family that host us, and we'll keep coming back as long as the contest remains. And I'm not going to address what you said earlier because we know we'll see you next year. Thanks, Huss.
So this year at the radio station, it's a lot of energy going in, and it was doing really. It was growing and growing and growing, and then we had an occurrence where our public relations director resigned, and I was like, "Oh no, now what?" And then the dynamo hit. Holy molies. And she started running at about 9,000 miles an hour and hasn't slowed down since. And really, I think, made a lot of people proud around here. Amber Hetterer, our public relations director. Too bad if you don't like accolades. You are sixth. She's a beauty, isn't she? Notice the hair and the hat.
Okay, in sixth place with 17,105 points is Network.
Are you sure? I wasn't sure it was a network. We're supposed to come in now. Thank you. No, you and them were there. Okay. Dirty.
Well, I was expecting our lawyer member here to say something, but since he handed me the mic, I know you've missed it through the whole contest, and I'm not totally understanding what happened, so I'll just say network, 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 and network. So network, network, and network, and you network, everybody network. Thank you. Oh, this is for Bill. Oh.
We were messing with your brain.
Well, congratulations to the contest and Jim on the big milestone, 50 years. We have our own milestone this year. My mom has been hosting our team for now 40 consecutive years.
40 years.
And of course, my dad when he was alive. But even more significantly, it's my mom's last year hosting us, so this is a bit of a end of an era for us. We're not sure about the future of the team, but man, I hope if anybody ever gets around to making a Hall of Fame for this place, and if there's a division for hosts, that the 40 consecutive years and the 2,000 donuts. And answering the final question in the early 1990s off the top of her head, and hosting a winning record over 40 years, that I hope that my mom and dad would be first team unanimous selections into the Hall of Fame. And sorry, since I don't know if I'll be back, I really have a lot of other people to thank, and this is going to take some time. I came into town in Stevens Point in 1972. I was 10. And within the first couple months, I met some people who would be very important, even today when I'm 57. Some of those guys, Tom Aylesworth, the guy I met right away, he eventually really, he's our team founder. He's been here all that time. His greatest contribution is probably his wonderful wife, Michaelin. Other people I met in my 5th grade class who are still part of the team. John Molsky, a guy with the biggest heart and the hardest working guy you'll ever see in your life. A huge part of the team over the years. and eventually his brother and his family, his own John's own 2 daughters, contributed to the team in their own right. Another guy in the class, Mike Fredrickson, has been here, one of the few, been here every year since 1976, eventually with his wife Ann and his daughter Lauren, who was actually born during trivia weekend some time ago. Always great supporters. I met a guy in that class, his name was Ken, and he invited me to his birthday party that year when I was 10, and I met his brother, Don Chesbro, totally the heart and soul of this team. If you had a way to add up all the points this team ever scored, Don would undoubtedly have more than anybody. Thanks, Don, my best man. Scored 1,000 points here, and as well as a 500 and unplugged, a rare combination. We didn't start the team until '76. That was a year I met this guy, Jim Oliva. I was 13, and he was the teacher for several of us, so thanks, Jim. And more than that, not many people know this, but he didn't have to do this, but he loaned me a couple of his old programming books, and guess what? I'm still employed in the programming business some 40-some years later. 1977, we had some people join the team. Jim Newman, man, what a life he's had, a writer, actor, director, hobnobs with the Hollywood elite. John Porter, he's not here. He contributed to, I think he's best known for bringing ham and cheese sandwiches, but Norb Kudrowski, he's not here, but I met him even before I played in this game in junior high, and more than anybody else, he got me hooked on old movies. He also is the last person in the history of this contest to win the contest on the final question from walk-off from memory, no less. So a very impressive accomplishment by Norb. Other guys who joined. Scott Wabakan, a guy I met in the dorms in college. He joined the team in '83, and we won the next 4. Nobody had ever won back-to-back contests at that point, and he's been a huge part of the team since then. Ray Hamill. See, Ray was already famous when he joined the team. He joined the team in 1986. He was already in a Hall of Fame and a legend, and we were just so happy to have him. And when the pari-mutuel scoring came out in 1989, he really left his mark on this thing. The team won 7 in a row. We call those really the Ray Hamill years, because it was just unbelievable. I'll get there. Yeah, I don't want to miss anybody. Some of the young kids, Jenny and Andy, they put in huge hours. We're so happy to have them. Haley Mason. I mean, you love the rest of this gang, but they're the most chaotic, disorganized group that you have ever seen in your life. And Haley accomplished things that, honestly, I never thought were possible. Things I thought I would never see in terms of being a leader and an organizer, and just a great person. Kayla, our hero this year for the New Trivia Times. Some of the other, the chat room legends, David Marks, Mary Scheidegger, who played with our team 30 years ago and came back for the 50th and maybe our last year. So sorry, I've taken up too much time. The Pionics, Mike and Nick, have done some absolutely amazing things for us in terms of technology and otherwise. And gosh, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Julie and Barry Benson have been a big part of the team in recent years. My 2 wonderful sisters put in just huge amounts of time in the 80s and 90s. There's a large card catalog in the basement, and you look through the cards, more of them belong to them than anyone else. There's these file cabinets filled with news clippings back when that was a thing. 1,000-point question to their credit, and so many other key ones over the years. I'll say about Sue, she had a hand in the last two 500s that we got, which were critical for the wins in 2010 and 11, and many others over the years. So really, thanks everyone. You've been a huge part of my life. We don't know what the future holds, but I sincerely thank everyone, and you too, Jim. And
Barry.
And let me just tell you that these guys, many of these guys were in my class in 9th grade, and algebra class, and gave out, we did our first test, maybe the second test, and I went up to Barry and I said, "This isn't going to work, kid. I want you to finish the algebra book by the end of the first semester." And he said, "What am I going to do second semester?" I said, "Fortran programming." And he said, "Okay." And that was it. And some of these other guys, okay. So this guy, he was about this big in 9th grade. And his mother comes in and says, "If he gets out of hand, put him up against the wall and let him have it." I said, "What the hell is wrong with you?" No, wait. She walked in after, this was like the parent-teacher conference after the first report card. She had come in first at the back-to-school night. She just kind of sized me up. Anyhow, she came into the parent-teacher meeting. She sat down. She says, "Dago, I didn't know if I was going to like you or not. I was going to take you on. But you're okay." And then she told me about putting him up against the wall. And I said, "Are you kidding me?" She says, "You just put him up against the wall and let him have it. And if he gives you any problem," and if I said, "I'm not going to do it," she says, "Okay, call me up. I'll take care of him." Okay, so, and this guy here who, we're still buddies. It's just a great group of people. Congratulations, and I hope there is a next year for you guys.
Thanks,
really
buddy.
do. Thank you.
There's no crying in football.
That's right. The next person up on executive staff is a young one, which means going to be back, and hopefully going to be back every year that she's at this school, and maybe we can get her to flunk a year or two to stay even longer. A lot of energy, and never hurts to have all that energy, and surprisingly, she grew up in Stevens Point, and she stopped me when I was coming out of the main studio after I made my announcement. And she said, "You were my childhood, Teresa." Teresa Yanish.
Yeah.
You are doing number 5.
All right. In 5th place with
17,540 points is Knights of Neek, baby! Woo!
Can
I take one of these cough drops?
Yeah, go ahead. Here, give them the trophy
Right.
and the microphone.
Of course. Oh, wow. Beautiful costumes.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You'll take that, yes. And the mic as well?
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, we are Knights of Neek, and my name is John Hebda. I've been with the Neeks for, 16 years now, and I'd like to start off and thank a few people, definitely Tom and Ann Lemancic, our hosts, and just our I guess they tolerate us all weekend long, let's put it that way. And definitely them. The whole Lemancic family really is a big part in this. Brad and Dan Lemancic, a lot that they do to coordinate trivia and make it happen well. Our leader, Ed, as well. Absolutely. And I definitely want to thank some of the people that keep us in line at times. You know, there's some drinks that flow late at night, and there's some people they're making sure we're eating food and drinking water, and there's veggie trays out and things like that. There's people that are the people making sure that we're calling in all the answers and not missing things and picking up some slack. I definitely want to give a shout out to a lot of those people on our team. And I definitely also want to thank everybody here at the studio. It being 16 years now, I come in here and I see different faces every time I come in, with the exception of a couple of them. A couple of familiar faces, some guys I see most years, and there's a lot of great people that have come through here and a lot of great DJs and just a lot of great camaraderie and a lot of great culture that has come through this university from what I've seen. And you guys do a great job here at the studio to represent that and represent your university, and I want to thank you guys for that. Absolutely. Thanks, guys. And we definitely don't want to forget about Oz. And what we brought so now these papers are actually older than I am, but we brought trivia. I was told that Trivia 79 is your first year that you wrote the contest. Is that right? Trivia 79. So we would like you to autograph that for us, if you would. Yep, our team notes, the score chart. I've also got the 1980 contest that you wrote. I wouldn't mind if you could sign that as well. I believe Hour 42, Question 7 is a notable one in the contest from what I've heard in the history. And, Robert Redford and Utah. Was there a canyon on that? I can't remember. How did it?
Hey, I don't write for Time Magazine.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yes, it was before I was born, but I've heard the legends of trivia and what's been going on here for decades and decades, and definitely want to thank you guys, Oz and Eck. Unbelievable job you guys do with this contest. Great job. Love having you guys around. Look forward to a couple more years of it for sure.
Thanks. Thank you.
Oh. Yep, that's all. Yeah, I won't forget that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Congratulations.
Have a good. That's when we did it on a typewriter. Yipes. Okay, other people, again, this is a staff that's come together as the years come through, and I've seen these people grow in a way that is amazing, really, really amazing, because it's kind of weird when you start here and you go there, or you start here and you get there. But when you start here and you're getting here, that's pretty darn good. It's pretty damn good, okay? And so people, it's great. And I'm really happy to have been a part of this group this year. And as through 43 years that I've been at this station, enjoyed every one of them because it's radio. And if you don't love radio, I don't like you. So our program director, Leo White, who's an okay guy except he's too damn tall.
All right. In fourth place with 17,645 points, Lactation Nation, Suckum Dano. Congratulations. Who's got the mic? Old guy. Right here.
Nice 12.
All right, well, we're really excited to be up here, getting a trophy again this year. We've been playing for about, I think, 26 years, and I'm really excited that we're kind of able to turn the reins over to our next generation here. They've gotten us up here, I think, 5 times in the last 7 years, something like that. So, everybody's really having a lot of fun. Want to thank Jim and John again for writing a great contest. Thanks to all the staff and all the other volunteers. We know, you do it for the love of the contest. We really appreciate it. It gives us an excuse to get together with our 50 to 100, we kind of lost count, best friends, and get together for the weekend and have a lot of fun. So thanks again. Appreciate it, and hopefully see you again next year.
Congratulations. Thank you. Well, you've met the staff, the spokes in the wheel, and it's all held together at the top, of course, as you always have to do. And a guy who has, again, grown a lot during the year. I remember one time I kind of told him, I said, geez, dude, you got to learn how to take a compliment. Anyhow, because I said something to him and he yelled at me, and I said, you got to learn to take a compliment, idiot. And so he's getting better at it, and I kind of just have decided that my job around the station, around him, is to calm him down. So Eli Plunkett is a station manager. Come on up here. There's going to be some shouting out in the hall.
Oh, is there? Okay. Okay. In third place with 18,640 points is Trivial Pursuit, Howlin' Heoles. You guys earned it.
Oh, where are we going?
Oh, we're extra good.
Oh, it's last year's trophy. Hey. Stack them on top of one another.
Oh, we're here again. So it's our 9th year. I think it's our 7th time in the top 10. So we're excited to be here again. Great contest, obviously. Oz, Ak, you guys are amazing. Personally, and our team, very sad that you're moving on, but really happy for you too. Right? So thank you so much for the contest and all the years that we've been playing. Big shout out to people that can't be here, right? We got 7, 8 people here, but there's so many more all around the world. And, I want to give a shout out to Ra, because he's our leader and he has not ever been actually here before. It'd be amazing if he came one year. Third place, we're really happy, right? There are 2 teams outside that are fantastic. Fantastic people, fantastic teams. They are what we are striving to be, who we want to compete against. Every year we get a little bit closer, right? So maybe it's next year, maybe it's 2 years from now, but we're happy with how we did.
All right, we've got a couple more other people to talk to. Thanatos, you are great. Please unban me. Otherwise, for anybody who's watching out there and who's been thinking about getting into the contest, get into the contest. This is the craziest weekend you are going to have if you sit down and take part. You don't have to get the questions right. I mean, please do. Hey, you don't got to get the questions right. You don't have to, shoot for, coming up here at the end of the game. Get out there, have fun, support this radio station, support 90 FM, support local radio. It's a dying thing. Keep it alive. We need it. As always, this win goes to Lord Victor Nefarious and also our fine sponsor, Portesi Pizza, without whom we would not have the fuel to run this contest. No, they're not actual. But we will accept sponsorships. Thank you. All right. I think that's it. Oh, one more.
I just want to congratulate our artificial intelligence and big data research group, Hyphenated, H2SO4, RAW, and their intern Tenjo Utena. They finally, after so many white papers, got their DARPA grant this year. So congratulations, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations to them and everybody that's been up here so far, and all the teams at home that have played this game. And, and thank you for heaping stuff on me, and I appreciate it. But it's a team effort, and all I can say is about this guy, he knows what it takes to put this together and write this contest. And all I can say is, sorry, we can't tell you because it stays in the basement. Johnny Eckendorf. Johnny the Boot Eckendorf.
In second place with 19,455 points, Dad's Computers.
Are we all in here? All right. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Rick and Joan. Right over here. They are been hosting this team since 1978, and without you guys, we would never be standing here. And so it's snowing. We get the big snowstorm, and we're like, man, we don't even have anywhere to park. Where's everyone going to park? And we get there in the afternoon, and there's Rick out there snow blowing the entire yard. And we're like, Rick, just stop. Just don't. You guys do way too much for us, and we love you. Thank you very much. Of course, I'd like to thank Mr. Alava, Mr. Eckendorf. We love you guys. And we're as you were giving your speech, our entire basement was bawling our eyes out, and I know that at the trivia movie, they had said that it's all about the experience, and that is so true. One of our team members, and I think this basically wraps it up for us. She was her first time that she'd been able to play in 4 years, and Freebird starts and she's bawling. The Masters are here, it comes on and she's bawling again. Born to Be Wild fires up and she's got her head down, and that's what this contest means to us. We fought, we yelled at each other, we screamed, we cried, we laughed, and it is about the experience. And thank you, Jim, for all the years. And we look forward to your last contests, and thank you. I'd like to thank the entire team. We pick up the pieces each time. We're getting close to the record of most number 2 finishes. But hopefully our fortune will change one of these years. We're certainly not going to stop. Congratulations to Festivus once again. And a big thank you to Captain Patty. Without her and what she does, we wouldn't be here. And a big thank you to the whole team, for everything, from the people who cook and clean, and you guys know how I feel. So, but thank you guys, and we'll be back here next year. Thank you.
And you're part of us forever. This is
Well, it all started the first Saturday in January, and John came over, and we went downstairs and started picking out pictures and then kept working on it. And here we are now in first place, 19,760 points. Festivus for the rest of us.
Thank you, Oz. We got a lot of people. All right. All right. Well, thank you. First of all, this would not be possible with Oz or X. So this is, I don't mean to, well, sure. We're here and I'm verklempt. It's part of our childhood, living here and growing up in Stevens Point. It's part of growing up here, and I can't imagine life without it. It's just part of us. Thank yous. There's many thank yous. I don't know what every other team's setup is for trivia, but ours is the best. Rick and Lori Miskuski, absolutely incredible. The updates they do for us, the cleaning, the cooking, letting us have all access to their home every year is just absolutely incredible. And it's the best. We can't imagine trivia without it, and we wouldn't do as well without it. So it's because of them why we're here, and I think why we're in this position. So I'm not good at mushy stuff, so that's for me, and Jeremy will take it from here.
All right. First of all, I want to be sure to mention that someone on our team has had some really serious medical issues come up this past year, and Anne has been fighting them ferociously. Anne, you've been inspiring all of us, and we we tried to do our best for you this year. I hope that you hear this or are listening, and we've got the bracelets on. We're all with you. It's been an emotional time for us. Obviously, I think when we look back at our team, when this team was founded in 2001, we were a bunch of punk high schoolers who thought we could probably have a pretty decent trivia team. And we're standing here today with 4 in a row, and I think we'd all agree we're going to be going for a minimum 8, Pete. But seriously, everyone that's on the staff here, everyone who's a current staff member, everyone that's been here previously, everything you do is appreciated by so many people, probably more than you realize. There's something very special about this weekend, and there's so much of that comes back to Jim and John, that what you give to the community and all of the trivia players cannot be stated enough. And I want to make sure that you guys know that, because there's people out in the hallway with us that because of trivia we've become lifelong friends. And it's so much more than a trivia contest. It's so much more than this weekend. It's so great for the university. And I know that, Jim, you let your feelings be known about that at the end of the contest. I think that speaks for itself. But it's been an amazing journey for us, and I can't imagine what it's like for everybody else who's been participating in this going back 50 years. Like I said, when we started out, we thought we'd be pretty decent, and it has turned into something that's one of the biggest things in all of our lives. Sometimes the annoyance of some of us and our spouses, and we got a bunch of kids running around now, and that's making things very difficult to keep this up, but we're doing the best we can. And so much of that comes back to you, Jim and John. So I want to make sure that, I know we can't state this enough, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And congratulations to everybody else this year. Dads put up a hell of a fight with us. We were very scared at the end of the contest. They seem to do that to us every year, and I don't know, we just managed to get by this year, but you guys are great. We have so many friends on that team that we've made through this contest, like I said earlier, and it's going to be different, but we've still got a couple more years where we'll be able to sit in the basement and complain about Oz. So we're all looking forward to that. So again, thank you so much, and we'll be back.
Okay, I guess it's time to go home, and I'm willing to do that. April 17th, 18th, 19th, 2020, we can all get together and play trivia again, Fast Eddie, because this place rocks, and we're going to keep marching forward, and 90 FM will be broadcasting its signal, 60-mile radius, the best damn radio station in the country, right here, 90 FM. Good night.